What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing out there? Let me get a few things set up here. Get some things rolling. So like tonight, I want to talk about like what's your goals in trucking? Why are you doing this? I seen the other day, I think yesterday, Elon Musk, now the richest man on earth, according to like what Forbes knows. Let's face it, there's people in the Middle East that are probably worth more than him 10 times over. You know what I mean? They've been getting no oil. They've been getting that oil money for like 20 years now. So, um, let's face it. Let's face it. There's oil people out there that are worth more. Let's see. Got 5 in the house. Everybody hit that like button if you could. Gonna do some call-ins tonight if some people want to call in. I asked only a few things, and that is, oh, what am I doing here? What am I doing? Yeah, I just ask, like, don't be driving if you call in, and have some stuff to say. You know what I mean? Like, let's face it, people tune in to be entertained, and if you call in with nothing to say, it's not the most entertaining thing. So, if you got some questions you want to talk about, like what your goals in trucking are, um, that's stuff we can talk about. There we go. There we go. We're figuring some technology out. Got her pinned up there at the beginning now. 7 in the house. Everybody hit that like button for me if you could. But yeah, like what's your goals in trucking? That's kind of what I'm thinking about today. Like, like you're trying to get to the money, but why? Why do you want to get to the money? Yeah, money makes life easier. Yeah, money buys money makes problems go away. Money makes life easier. People say you can't buy happiness. Well, you can't buy happiness, but you can sure as heck buy less sadness, right? Maybe you just want to make a bunch of money so you can give it away. Like what is the purpose? It doesn't have to be all bad. There's a lot of reasons to be out here. A lot of reasons to be out here trucking. And that's why we're here. We all come together here to try to get at the money, and that's the whole purpose of this whole thing. Um, Somebody throw me a thumbs up if you can hear me good, and everything's working right. So yeah, just like let's talk about it. Like, why are we out here? Why are we doing this? Because my whole thing is to be as efficient as possible out here. I mean, I don't want to be out here forever. If I can make, even with fuel prices low right now, that's why I drive this little Freightliner around, because I can make about $10,000 to $12,000 more per year with this Freightliner, saving on fuel. So I'm like, in 10 years, that's an extra $100,000 I could save. That could be the difference between retiring and not retiring. Because you got to think of, like, if you invest that $1,000 over a 10-year period, what's that worth at 10 years? Like that's probably worth, $200,000 to $300,000 after 10 years of doing it like that. So, but I'm thinking, like, am I out here, to, like, what is my purpose? And that's why I try to be so efficient. I like doing things myself when I can do them. I put a glad hand on the truck earlier today. I'm just not going to pay that shop money. You know what I mean? I got some tools on the truck. I had to go buy another wrench. I didn't have a wrench big enough because apparently the Incredible Hulk put that glad hand on there for me, probably from the factory. It was just on there. I just had to get after it, but got it off. Um, you know, but yeah, let's talk about trucking and money and like making money, saving money. That's why we're out here. I'm not like, I just, I don't know. I never understood, maybe somebody can explain it to me. I never understood the hood truck. Uh, no disrespect. If you want a hood truck, go get you one, but I never understood it. Like, For me, it's like I'm not out here. I'm not out here to impress. Like it's just it's not a thing for me. You know, like I'm out here for the money, and like that's why I got this little. That's why I got this little Freightliner right now, because I think they're the most. I think they're the most fuel efficient. Trucks on the road right now. They seem to be pretty efficient, and with that DD15, they haven't changed them in quite a while. So, uh, Art Bell thumbnail DIY. No, that's Joe Rogan. That's Elon Musk smoking a joint on Joe Rogan. That's why I call it FU money. You know what I'm saying? He's got enough money, man. He can smoke weed on a on a show. He don't care. Like, and it's not my prerogative to smoke weed. You know, like I don't know. It's you know what I'm saying? Like I could give two craps about smoking weed. Like been there, done it, got the T-shirt. You know what I mean? Like um, don't need it in my life. Don't need it in my life. I'm like an arrow to a goal right now, man. I am whew, straight through the wind. I don't need no hassles. I don't need nothing holding me back. That's where I'm at right now. Let's see. I got the StreamYard there set up to call in, guys. If anybody wants to call in and talk about their trucking goals, what they're trying to accomplish, you don't have to talk about that. We talk about anything. Just I got a couple of things I ask of people. Don't be driving when you call in, please. Let's keep it professional. And number two, have something to talk about. Um, if you want to say first time, long time, that's cool too. But we're here. We're putting on a show. Let's keep people entertained at least. Elazar says, "Yeah, here we go. They're nice trucking with Blaze in the house. What's up, Cash? Not much, chilling. Um, hope things are going well for you guys." Taylor Smith, what's up, Cash? Not much, chilling at the Loves here. Just replaced the Glad Hand on the trailer. Um, just doing trucking stuff. Trucking stuff. Walked down to Ace Hardware a minute ago. I will tell you guys a little pro tip. I put it in a video. It's going to come out tomorrow, but I'll tell you right now, since you showed up at a live, uh, Leroy, Illinois. There's a nice little true value hardware right down the road here. 3/10 of a mile down the road. It's on a little back road too. It ain't like you're walking on a main road. Um, let's see. Garrett Bates, what's up, Gary? Gus in the house. Thumbs up. Yeah, everybody hit that thumbs up for me if you could. I'd appreciate it. TJ Jones, the Bull of the Woods. What's crapping in King of Cash? Not much. What's crapping in everybody? That's my BOC impression. That's my BOC impression. What's crapping in everybody? Oh, he trips me out. Elazar says the purpose is because I'm terrible in school and I'm a good driver. There you go. That's more of that's the reason you're here. That's the reason you're here. What's the purpose behind it? You know what I mean? Like what do you want to accomplish for trucking? Making money. Most people are here to make money. That's the way I see it. That's why I kind of base my channel around money. You know what I mean? Like, my nickname for years was, people call me Cash, so I just put Cash is King because, I'm trucking royalty. Let's face it. Oh, wait, I'm joking, of course. I'm joking. I love to not take myself too serious. You know what I mean? Because then when I do something wrong, then I get all sad about it because I'm like, oh man, I thought I was really good, but then reality slaps you down a run or two. TJ Jones giving the thumbs up. What's up? Gary Bates trucking with Blaze says you got this. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. TJ Jones says retirement at 58. That's a good goal. That is a good goal because everybody knows trucking's hard on you. You know what I mean? Like these guys that are like 70 years old out here doing OTR trucking, they are the survivors. Many have came and went, and these guys are still here. So I don't expect to be out here till like 70 years old. Don't want to, like I'm trying to level up as much as possible. Um, that type of thing. Ace, I'm in here. Thanks for letting me know you're in here, Ace. I appreciate that. Everybody that comes in, just let us know you're here. Like I said, if you want to call in, no pressure on that. Let's see. I think I pinned it. Yeah. Yeah, hit that StreamYards there. You can step in. We can talk about some stuff if you need to talk about some stuff. Anything from, psychiatry to, uh, oil samples, whatever you want to talk about. um, let's see. This thing jumps around. I'm gonna have to go over here. Already getting jumped around on over there. I got to get over here where this one don't jump around so much. Let's see here. I can turn the brightness down on this too. That kills my battery. Let's see. Trucking with Blaze, no doubt. TJ Jones retirement. Yep, Ace is in here. Taylor Swift. Is that the Taylor Swift? You never heard that before, have you? I just want to keep improving my life. I was a major drug addict for 10 years. Trucking helped me turn my life around. Just want to be comfortable and happy. Yeah, and trucking can do that for you. Trucking can do that for you. For real. But major drug addict for 10 years. There you go. There you go. Trucking to keep you on the straight and narrow too. You can put yourself in this truck and really stay away from everything like in the world. Like if you just want to run a truck and make money, yeah. I mean, you can literally just, like social distancing for an over the road truck driver is pretty simple. Like majority of my day is spent in here alone. So yeah, it makes it really easy. Um, Ace says crypto is going crazy. You ain't just lying, brother. What is going on with some crypto, man? Like, shout out to K Save. Shout out to K Save. Told me about Bitcoin. Kind of explained it to me one day, and I was like, yeah, I think I could try that for a minute, And I put a little bit of money into it, and it was about I think it was at like 12,000 when I bought in, and we're at 40 now. We're at 40 on a Bitcoin. Where am I at here? We're at 40,231 for a Bitcoin now. So yeah, that is awesome. That is awesome. People making a lot of money off of that. Um, you know, I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I do not give advice. You know, like for sure, never try to time the market off of what I say. I am the worst at timing the market. Seriously, please do not try to time the market off anything I say. Because I've had people tell me, "Oh, you should sell that Bitcoin, and then when it goes down, you should buy more." And I thought about doing that when it doubled. It was at like 25,000 when somebody told me that, and I was like, they're probably right. It has not went down since it was at 25,000. So I've kind of learned I don't time the market. Like what I do with my retirement money is I just buy like a broad index fund that has very low fees, and I just put a certain amount in every week. On a certain day. I don't care if the price is up. I don't care if the price is down. I figure over, a 25-year period, it is all going to even out. So what's the point of me trying to time it? Plus, if I try to time it, then I'm competing with the robots, and nobody can outtrade the robots. DIY Semi in the house. What's up, DIY? What are you doing tonight? What are you doing tonight? You partying out there in Wisconsin? Getting crazy out there? Everybody check out DIY. Great channel. We'll probably do a live together sometime this weekend. Everybody look forward to that. There's DIY's link. If nobody has DIY, check him out. If anybody else is in here, Trucking Blaze, if you want to drop your link, you are always welcome to drop a link in here. Let's see, Joe. Wait, let me make sure I got everybody. Yep. Joe says, money okay. Should we as drivers get paid either hourly or at least for every hour we spend at shipper receiver? Um, I don't know. I don't know the cure for that, honestly. Um, I put out a video a few weeks ago that had a minimum wage for truckers. It was $16.80 a week. That's $10 an hour for every hour. And to some people was like, oh, I would never do that because I want $20 an hour. And I'm like, okay, well, if you make $20 an hour for the hours you work, and then you make nothing for the hours you're in the sleeper, which technically you're not at home, so to me, you're on the clock. But I think that's fair. $16.80 a week minimum wage, and then the good drivers, the seasoned drivers, the vets would make a little bit more. It's just, it's a hard thing to figure out, man. I couldn't tell you. What do you like more, Joe? Um, I don't see why they couldn't do hourly. We're tracked by the logbook like crazy now. So, and I sat at a shipper last night for 9 hours. I had a 4 p.m. appointment. I got there about 3:30, and I checked out of there at 1 a.m. So I was there for 9.5 hours. My appointment wasn't until 4, so I only turned in for 9 hours. The first 2 were free as usual, so that don't make no sense. Why you got to have hours for free? But you know, I think if every shipper was required to pay for a truck that's set in a dock, if you lock me in and I'm locked into your dock, either way, if you tell me to back into a dock at a certain time, yes, I should probably be getting paid because you are detaining me. But there, it's such a hard subject because everybody's all over the road with it, honestly. So I turned in for 7 hours of detention on them this morning. Never heard back from them. I'll get after them again Monday, but we'll see. I wrote in and out times on the bill, so yeah. Elazar says that Taylor Swift, damn dude, that's a big turnaround. Stay strong, brother. Yeah, yeah. If you was an addict for 10 years and getting in the truck get you clean, that is just another testimonial for how trucking can do you right. It can. Like, I'm gonna tell you, there's probably I don't know of any other career. I don't know of any other job that is more of what you make of it than trucking is. If you've got a negative attitude and you're willing to take crap off of every crap company out here, then yes, trucking's probably going to be a rough road. If you're a positive person and you like to make the best of a really bad situation, like trucking's probably going to do you right. Trucking's probably going to do you right. And, just always remember this, you don't have to start at a crap company. There are companies out here. I had somebody leave me a comment the other day saying that, like they really felt like their only options were mega carriers. And I was like, well, I sent them a few examples. I know a few companies that are pretty good companies that hire you straight out of school, you know. Um, so I don't know. Shoot me an email. We can discuss it. I know, like I've been out here forever. I am a student of trucking. I watch these trucking companies. I talk to people out here about companies. A lot of people email me about companies. I talk to other drivers about the companies they work for. Um, you know what I mean? Like you can learn a lot, and just by asking a few questions, like you can learn the type of person you're talking to and whether you should trust what they say. You can learn like, is it the person? Is it the company? You can get an idea for it. You may not know 100%, because, I heard a trucker say one time, 2 people can go to the same school, the same orientation, the same trucking company, and have 2 totally different experiences. They can have the same dispatch, they can have the same everything, and it be 2 totally different worlds. Um, so yeah. Um, But yeah, for real, man. Congratulations. Like just hang in there, man. Um, let's see, where am I? Why was Mark's message deleted? I think it said it was timed out or deleted by DIY. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Um, Paul Harris in the house. What's up, Paul? Thanks for coming in, everybody. Paul is the man, the myth, the legend. Said, hey there, back in Richmond, waiting on my trainer with the new company. First trainer we drove to a few days and took off for medical reasons. Okay. Hopefully he wasn't sick. Mark says, hi, brother. I'm crushing it at 4667 miles this week. Holy crap. I'm sure you had to have something hold over, right? That's not like a 7-day period, surely. Um, yeah, 2,300, not bad. Loving some CFI. There you go. Yeah, it's a big ass check for sure. Lone Star Transport says, I didn't like being capped at a company where you can only make so much money. With my own business, the sky is the limit if you do things right. Yeah, if you're a business owner, you get the upside and you get the downside. That's the big thing you can't forget. When you open up the cap to the top, you're opening up the cap to the bottom as well. Because and I'm not saying everybody's got to be a failure, and I'm not trying to be negative with that. I'm just saying, like, when we talk about ups, we have to acknowledge the possibility of a down. But I totally get what you're saying, Lone Star. I'm in the same boat with you. Like, um, if I'm risk tolerant, I can take some risk. Um, some people don't like risk, and it's not for them. If you don't like risk, like, um, like it's if you can't take a little bit of failure, and if you get, it's just not for you. You don't like the stress of it. Got to keep all those in mind. Taylor Swift says, thanks, Elazar. It's been a journey for sure. Yeah. Yeah. That sounds like, I don't know. Sounds like things are going good now. So, Paul Harris says, I'm here because I broke the pole, in my other job. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You got old and your hips didn't move like they used to, and they turned you out at the strip club. Then yeah, you come in here, you truck, most people start trucking in their 30s, you know. Um, that's just how it is. Like when I went to truck driving school, I had just turned 20. I showed up at truck driving school at 22. I graduated at 23 because I was at truck driving school on my birthday. So, yeah, most of the guys there were about average. There was a few guys in their 20s, most guys in their 30s, some in their 40s, some in their 50s. Most of the time, OTR trucking is not your first career. It's just not. Um, and even me, I was in a sheet metal workers union job, and I was getting paid at that job. If they hadn't packed that up and moved that to Mexico, I'd probably still be doing that. Um, DIY says, I'm here for the buffet. Man, it's getting rough out here on the buffets these days. It's getting rough. Dragon Blaze says, update. Had to pull some strings and talk to the right people, but I got accepted by Wilson starting on the 18th of this month. 18th of this month. Damn, brother, you about 10 days out. Come on. Come on. Yeah, man, you just got to, just got to acknowledge it's an opportunity and not take it for granted. And, a lot of people, a lot of people get this glamorous idea of trucking. And let me tell you, get rid of that idea. Get rid of that idea. Um, you know, I like to think of my worst days in trucking as like a baseline. You know, like I was hooking up a set of doubles in Minnesota one time, and it was like negative. The temperature was like negative 30, and the wind chill was like negative 50, negative 60. I mean, there was like a 15-mile-an-hour wind at a negative 30 degree. It was miserable. Like as soon as you step out of the truck, things start hurting. Like your lips start burning, your nose starts burning. You know, like you don't have on enough layers. You know, I think of days like that. Um, you know, but then it's like if you think of days like that, then the majority of the other days are pretty good days if you think about it. Like today, yes, my glad hand broke. Yes, I had to replace that. For the most part, it was pretty easy trucking today. For the most part, I will say it was pretty easy trucking. Yeah, this part right here broke off. I don't know if you can see that or not. There's a little metal flange right there. Well, if you notice, that screw is super rusty and broke. The head broke off of that. So then my flange was bent out, but luckily it was holding. It was holding. And I put, when it was on there like that with that bent flange, I put me a couple wire ties around it, like 3 or 4 zip ties, just to kind of hold it on till I could get somewhere. The metal flange was holding it with one screw, like it wasn't like falling off. And I said, well, when I get down the road, I keep an extra one of those on the truck. I did need some Teflon tape. I could not find my Teflon tape. So, had to get some Teflon tape. But, like little things like that, man, after a while, it just becomes like a daily thing. You're just like, you know, problem pops up, you solve it, you move on. You get that confidence over time. Joe said the 70-year-old drivers are the grumpy ones. Yeah, they've been out here for way too long, and I don't blame them for being grumpy. If I'm out here when I'm 70, oh, y'all better watch out. I'm going to be telling so many lies at that freaking Iron Skillet buffet if it's still around at the counter. Oh, I'm going to be lying to you guys. I'm going to be telling you back in my day, you won't even believe the lies I tell. And I'm going to be grumpy. Everything you say, I'm going to one up it. You could tell me that you backed the truck up 3 miles, and I'd be like, oh yeah, well I backed the truck up 3 miles and a half. Like, oh man. Trucking with Blaze. I'll make a vlog this weekend. All right, brother. Yep. Um, let's see. Joe says Katrina hurricane brought a bunch of people who lost everything into the industry. Yeah, we get things like that. Message deleted by DIY semi. DIY. Why are you timing out Mark there? Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see anything Mark said that was so bad. Mark says I'm at the Big Texan in Amarillo waiting on prime rib. Yeah, that is a heck of a way to be right there, man. I love going out there. Love it out there. Okay, apparently I can't hit anything. Hang on. Technical difficulties. Please stand by. DIY is fat fingering it, I think. Okay, no worries. No worries. Uh, there we go. There we go. Mark, you're a moderator now, so you ain't gotta worry about it. Sergeant Ringo, what's up, Sergeant Ringo? Says, what's going down, y'all? Not much. We're talking about trucking and what our goals are with trucking. Like, why are we out here? What are you trying to accomplish out of trucking? Just talking about stuff like that. Trucking goals, trucking mindsets, all that good stuff. There's DIY's link. Everybody click on DIY. He says, chilling, I'm a little tipsy, or else I'd come in. Oh, come on, DIY. We got to have drunk DIY on. And if anybody wants to, that StreamYard link there at the top, you can click on that, come on in. We'll have ourselves a little chat about stuff, like trucking, whatnot, stuff like that. Let's see. Yeah, there's Trucking with Blaze's link. Everybody check out Trucking with Blaze. New to the industry, just getting started, like fresh as the daisy, like going to Wilson Logistics. You know what I'm saying? Like just getting into the industry. From your last vlog, he got some very realistic goals, just wants to get into the industry, wants to be a truck driver. Let's see. Joe says, if this industry went hourly, wouldn't be sitting there for 9 hours. Yeah, you might not, you'd be getting paid for it, possibly, but if the product ain't ready, the product ain't ready. But I'm not going to defend truckers not getting paid. Might sit there for 9 hours, but I guarantee you that company wouldn't do it a whole lot, because there was about 5 or 6 truckers sitting there waiting. You take $100 an hour. Let's just say there was 5 trucks. You paid them $20 an hour to sit there. So at $100 an hour, like I mean, it's a huge corporation. I don't think that's going to put them out of business. Even if they had to pay $100 an hour for every hour of the week, it would be what, like $16,000. I'm gonna tell you, somebody would be getting their butt chewed about it, and things would change. But like you say, where there's no money, that's the only thing that gets their attention. But yeah, I mean, you might actually sit there, but it would change some things, Joe. I can't disagree with that. Sergeant Ringo says, I find it ridiculous to find a carrier for a late truck, yet they don't pay a dime when the driver is on time, and they don't honor the appointment time. They expect professionalism, but don't give it. Yes, I agree to that. You show up late, you totally get disrespected. They don't care if it's traffic. They don't care if it's weather. They don't care if it's a breakdown. They make you feel about this tall. They talk to you like a dog. They put you at the end of the line. They don't show you any respect. But yet you show up on time. You be respectful. You do everything they say. I mean, I went over here and I called in. It's what you're supposed to do. Call in because you can't go in the building. Called in. They said, oh, your load's not ready yet. Go down the road and park down the road. Fine, I'll do that. Let me do that. And then, what do I get out of it? What do I get out of it? I get to sit there. Oh, we got a guest. Let's see who we got here. Who we got here?
All right.
What we doing, man? What are we doing, man?
We chatting, man. We live streaming, man.
Yeah, we live streaming, man.
All right. First of all, first things first. I profusely apologize to Mark Ely. Lord, I hope he's still watching. He's one of the good guys. I'm laying in my recliner in the phone here, listening to it, and I go to grab the phone and I hit the button to time out Mark, and I'm so sorry. God, I hope he's still watching and not over on my channel, leaving me all kinds of hate mail.
Yeah, Mark was in here bragging about a good week in DIY time. I don't want to hear about your 4,600 miles or whatever it was.
Oh, no.
No, I think Mark can take it. Mark's a good guy. I made him a moderator, so you can't accidentally time him out anymore.
Good. I hope he comes back in. I hope he comes. So, yeah, I had to go out. We had to go out for dinner tonight because, under an enormous amount of stress and had to blow off a little steam. So went out and had a good dinner, and maybe, I don't know, might have sampled the brand new Captain Morgan sliced apple spiced rum with Diet 7-Up. Not saying I did. I'm just saying it might have happened. You have a couple on an empty stomach, you start blocking people by accident. So
right.
Just
Hey,
saying it
it's better
happens.
than texting your exes.
Oh God, no, we don't. We don't even have those numbers. That's no good. That's no way to live. Clean break.
Yeah.
I think
Right.
they're all. I think
Right.
they're all dead. At least they are in my mind. So, you know.
So I'm looking behind you there. It looks like you've done a lot of work on your Freightliner. You got a bookshelf in your Freightliner. You got
Oh yeah, yeah. We're
is
doing a
that
lot of.
drywall?
we're doing a lot of bobtailing these days. Bobtailing around with no trailer.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, spending an awful lot of money, and that gets pretty stressful. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Might
Okay.
bought a trailer yesterday. Bought another trailer, and I may or may have not bought another one today. So
Wow.
you know, my friends are all going buying brand new Harleys, and I'm out buying reefer trailers. And that's why I
Huh.
drink.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm not. I'm not on the BOC level where I can do a coherent live stream for 4 hours while I sit here and you know put one on. But yeah, obviously I do dumb things, and got to come and apologize for that. Hopefully, let me check my channel, see if I'm one less subscriber over there.
Okay. I'm
Since
gonna
since
run
I'm
through some comments real quick. Robert Burns says, I'm alive in this live. There you go. Joe says, Trucking Answers Mark is so right when it comes to drivers not knowing what their time is worth. Yes. Drivers give a lot of they give a lot of time away. Um,
is he
they
saying that drivers don't know their worth?
possibly, yes. I think maybe they copied that from Mark. I don't know. Trucking Answers he's been saying that for a long time now, so maybe some other channel copied him. I don't know. Tom W says, "What's your thoughts on NCI? The show or the national carriers?"
Is that the one with
Nat,
Leroy Jethro Gibbs?
yes. Um, what's your thoughts on national carriers? You know anything about national carriers?
Aren't they private? Aren't they private company? They're
Um,
national beef. I don't even know if they're a in-house. I don't know.
I think they used to be, but I'm thinking maybe they went to just being a a carrier.
Okay. Yeah,
Not
that's all I know.
100% on that.
I know I used to drive by their yard in Liberal, Kansas. Is it Liberal? Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
all the time.
liberal.
It smells like dead animals around that place.
Yeah, tastes delicious though.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, Trucking with Blaze is laughing at you, fat fingering it. It happens. Yeah, Sergeant Ringo says it happens. Gus says, Cash, you were saying you were driving one of those knuckle boom trucks. How's that pay? That paid really well, actually. But it's very seasonal because I live in Minneapolis and not many people put roofs on at, negative 10 degrees in the winter. So, um, but I enjoyed the job. You get a big remote control that attaches to your waist that has about 20 buttons on it. Really fun to operate. Like we used to take empty pallets and practice on the yard and like do like trick stuff with them, like see who could throw the pallet and stuff like that. Like very fun to operate. Very fun to operate. And I was doing that in Minneapolis. Starting pay was about 22 an hour on that, and that was union. That was Teamsters. So that was good benefits. Like I said, it just dropped off in the winter. Like you would go from 60 hours in the summer to 25 hours in the winter. You'd be moving some vinyl siding and whatnot, but not a whole lot of roofing going on. Good, be a good job for somebody like that didn't have a ton of responsibilities. Like if you could even it out, if you didn't have a lot of bills, a bunch of kids, all that stuff. If you could save some of that money in the summer and use it to help you get through the winter and even it out, it's a good job. It's not a whole lot of it's not a lot of physical labor, but I mean you are outside all day, so got to keep that in mind.
Yeah. And
Sir,
I'm just saying,
sir,
from my experience being a crane operator, like similar to what you were in these Minnesota winters and Wisconsin winters, when your fingers get frozen and you can't feel them anymore, I'm just going to go ahead and say sometimes you hit the wrong button, and
yep.
sometimes you almost put the tip of the crane through a big plate glass window at an LA Fitness right in front of everybody
Okay.
riding the treadmill. It didn't happen, but I'm just saying it almost happened.
You know, the one that always got me in Minnesota was whenever you're looking up at the roof, you know, trying to watch where you're booming, those ice pellets hitting you in the eyeball makes for a rough day. I'm just
There you
saying.
go. Yeah.
Just saying. When you start taking eye pellets to the eyeball for about an hour at a time, yeah, you're like, I got to find new work. Just saying. Sergeant Ringo says, trucking with Blaze, I'd like to hear about your experience with Wilson after you've been there for a bit. Yeah, everybody go check out Trucking with Blaze. He's putting a channel together over there. I watched his first vlog the other day. He did a good job with it. Nice voiceover. He read it off a script, and honestly, I think it made it like it didn't sound like his very first vlog. Honestly, it done good. I thought, you know, because he wrote down what he wanted to say, and then he just read it because he was like, you know, just trying to be not nervous and get through it, and it actually turned out really good. I thought, you know, he got to the point. He had something to say. Yeah, yeah. Everybody check out Trucking with Blaze. It's gonna be a good channel. He's gonna get it. Ozzy says, "Hey, Cash." Johnny Trash says, "OTR is a good retirement job if you can retire in your 50s." Yeah, yeah. OTR is probably not meant for like, you know, 70, 80-year olds. I mean, I'm not saying you can't. I'm just like, it's a rough job. Make the most of it, you know? Like, get what you can while you can, I guess.
That's right. It'll make you feel like you're 70 or 80, you know, when you're only like
Right.
50. Yeah.
Yeah. I like when people are with me, they're like, you know, the old lady went with me one time and I pointed out every old driver that was like, you know, wearing the overalls with giant holes in them and the greasy hair. And I would point and I'd say, you see that guy? He's only been trucking for, you know, a month, you know, just, uh, you there, DIY?
Yeah. Sorry, I had a little itch right there, but yeah. Oh, geez, this is tough. I'm ruining your live stream. Where are we at here?
You're not
Ace,
ruining anything. If you,
Ace wants to know about the
what's
trailer
that?
I bought. Ace wants to know about the trailer I bought. Well, let me tell you
There you
what,
go.
man. Reefers are short right now, man. Trying to find reefers, there's a shortage. And I had to travel.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the ones around me I went to look at, either one, they weren't worth having, severely overpriced, like terribly overpriced by like $10,000 or more. Or I'd find one, call on it, go to look at it the next morning, it was sold already. Like groups of them, like 10, 15 at a time, people
Mm-hmm.
buying them over the phone, sight unseen. So I took a trip 400 miles over to Sioux Falls, and I found one. It had a whole new running gear underneath it because they took in 150 of them on trade from Hirschbach. They all had super singles. Well, they have a hard time selling them with super singles. And on some of them with the super singles, they got the extra long axles. So you can't just take the singles off and put duals on. You got to change the axles. So they put a whole new, brand new running gear underneath this trailer. It's a 2014. The box is in great shape. No damage on the inside or outside, really. Seals up tight. And it had a Carrier 2100A unit on it, which purrs like a kitten, 10,000 hours. And I bought that because most of your maintenance, you know, on a trailer is either running gear related or the unit. So brand new running gear, there's new recaps, but I liked it. I looked at some other ones, some 2015s, similar priced, and they just they needed too much work. So, the floor in it was good, but it was getting corrosion in it from like too many acid washes. So They're putting a whole new floor in it for me. They're going to DOT it for me, put a new floor in it, and then put some airline springs underneath it. That's all it needed. So I don't know how much that floor is to put in, but they need about 4 days to get it done, plus delivering the parts. So that's what I bought, is a 2014 utility. I wanted a Great Dane. I like the Great Danes way better. And but I couldn't find one. I was getting skunked without traveling a lot further. So I bought that, and then today I went and looked at a little bit of an older trailer, a 2012, which doesn't really fit what I need or what I want, but it's going to be kind of like an extra. So that's yeah, we lost Cash. How can we lose the host? That's weird. I guess it's my live stream now, folks, and I'll drink if I want to. I'll do whatever I want on Cash's channel. Let's check out some more comments here while we're waiting for Cash to come back. Or can we hear him even? Can you hear us, Cash? Weird. I didn't know that could happen on your own channel. There, he's coming back. You back?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we lost you there for a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It just crapped out on me. Then I couldn't get my mic to work.
That's right. I did the heavy lifting while you were gone. We got her.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Rodney Grouch wants to know from us. He's interested in buying a reefer, putting it on at Landstar. Can you give some information on where I can purchase a good unit spec credit score? How much down, etc. Reefers are overpriced right now. They're expensive, but somebody turned me on to Pedigree Truck Sales, the used prime truck reefers and trucks, Springfield, Missouri, or Salt Lake City. They had some pretty decent prices on some pretty decent trailers. Credit score, that's all going to depend on you. I mean, it is what it is. Try to get the best score you can and put as much down as you can. You're going to need at least 20% down, unless you go through some other kind of non-traditional financing. So, but you're going to pay. If you want a good reefer trailer right now, you're going to pay. You're going to pay premium price, and they are probably not going to negotiate because they do not have to.
Right. Yeah. Don't expect no deals. Trucking with Blaze, Sergeant Ringo vlogging his journey. Yeah, Sergeant Ringo, check out Blaze. Right on. Ace says only line Cash is gonna do is on what? Only line Cash gonna do is on his back. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Trucking Blaze, thanks. Johnny Trash says, I'll be back into trucking after 30 years as a garbage man. My first stint in OTR was when I was 21. Okay. So been out for 30 years, coming back in after at 51, it looks like. Yeah, it's a lot of people coming back into it right now. I've been getting a couple emails of people saying that, getting back into it. Sergeant Ringo says must be one of those new super single sleepers.
The one where you can fit 3-4 drivers in it, one in each seat, 3 in the bunk, 1 above your head. Take out all the cabinets. People can sleep standing up. We can knock out some training in one of those trucks.
Let's see here. Sergeant Ringo says, can't go wrong investing back into your business. That's how you become successful. Yeah, there's no better investment you can make as far as I'm concerned, and put the money back into yourself and your business.
Well, then I better be wildly successful, because the amount of money I've reinvested in my business since like the 3rd week of December is makes me a little nervous, but it's not all on credit, so I feel a lot better about that. Very little of it has been on credit so far. Most of it has been cash, so it makes me feel a lot better.
Don't stress it, DIY. I make high interest loans every day of the week over here. It's kind of what I do. The bank will ruin your credit score. I'll ruin your kneecaps. That's my motto. So, course, I had to rethink it with you because with a truck driver, he's going to need his legs to drive. So
Now they got them clutchless automatics now. I really only need one.
okay, yeah, yeah. I'll make sure it's the I'll make sure it's the left one.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. Rodney Crouch says, "Hi, Cash." Okay, he's buying a reefer. We went over that one. Antonio says, "Hey, this may be a dumb question, but I'm a bit of a new driver. What does it mean when you say power only loads? Power only loads mean you use someone else's trailer, or you
Under
pull
your
someone else's trailer. That's
under your own authority. Under your own authority, though.
You could do power only under like you could do power only under someone else's authority.
Well, true, but like, yeah, unless if it's somebody other than the company you're leased onto, then I guess it would be considered power only. You're right.
Right.
But if it's somebody you're leased onto, it's not power only. It would be you're just leased to them. But you're right. See, told you I was going to ruin your live stream.
No, you're good. Rodney Crouch says, "Whoa, there we go."
Who's
what was that all about?
Which one of us has been drinking? I don't know what happens in that truck over there. Where do we leave off?
Yeah, give me a second. My phone holder just completely took a dump.
Rodney Crouch wants to know. He says, "I got an appointment with Pittsburgh Power for my low fuel mileage. I hear these guys are the best in the country." Well, I think they do a good job, but I don't think they're the best in the country. I think Gail Banks over there at Banks Power is the best in the country. Unfortunately, they don't do a whole heck of a lot with semi trucks. I wish they would. If they did, they would rule this industry. Check out their channel. They have a YouTube channel about killing a Duramax. They do a lot with diesels. They do a lot for the military with diesels. And I'm sorry, but he's head and shoulders above Bruce over there at Pittsburgh Power with the stuff he's doing. But yeah, just keep in mind, bigger, better, stronger, faster. It all has a price tag. I'm all about making your truck more efficient. So I don't know what you're doing, what you're going in there for, but yeah, definitely make that thing more efficient. But I don't think they do deletes over there at Pittsburgh Power, so I don't think you got to worry about that.
No, Pittsburgh Power is not going to do any deletes. I was looking at some information on deletes earlier, only because I was Googling something else, and EPA emission deletes popped up. So I read it a little bit. It is highly expensive to delete that semi.
Yeah, it is, especially if you get caught.
If you
Oh, we lost him again. Never fear. Rodney or Lone Star says, "Rodney, I have an appointment this Monday at Pittsburgh Power. They'll have it about a week." Wow, what are they doing that they're going to have your truck about a week? They must be doing something pretty significant over there. Robert Burns says that I am lit. Maybe just a little bit. We're okay. We're all right. I can still read. We're just blowing off some steam there. Sergeant Ringo is explaining to Antonio what power only is. So there he goes with that. Trucking with Blaze says we lost Cash. We did lose him, but he's back now. You hear us again?
Yes. StreamYard is a big bag of ass, but it's like the only way we can do this with multiple people. So yeah.
Big Buff.
Where did we get to?
Big Buff, right below Trucking with Blaze. He says, "What do you guys think about a 2008 Columbia with a 2002 12.7 pre-EGR?" We like that. Yeah, that 12.7 Series 60. That's what I rock. Great engine. I'd rather have one of those than the ones with the EGR. They're way better. So as long as it's in good shape and you can afford to fix it when it breaks. It's an old engine. You're going to have to repair it, but the things are great. They're great engine, good fuel economy and everything. So
yeah, you just got to remember, the truck's getting a little old, and depends on what the engine is, been rebuilt, things like that. You want to consider all that, but pretty simple trucks. When they do break, they're not super expensive, so and you fix them and they don't break all the time. It's like older trucks. I don't know. It's funny. Like, seems like they'll break here and there. It's usually, uh, it seems like it's always like more than one thing. But then once you get it going, you get it all fixed, you back at it again. It's like if you're going to buy an older truck like that, just subscribe to DIY number one, because most of the repair videos he's got on that exact truck.
Oh yeah,
You
that's
know,
right. See, I don't even remember to plug my own stuff.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, I would buy that truck just so I could call DIY all the time and say, "Hey, uh, I'm 10 minutes out. Get your tools ready, because uh,
We gonna fix this truck.
yeah, exactly." Let's see. Says sounds like a solid trailer. Yeah, that was. If you look at the available trailers on the market right now, that was a really good find. Um,
Your boss is looking for trailers and he can't get them, can he?
no, that's why they're going with new boxes.
Yeah.
They just got tired of because it's time consuming. You found that out. Like, you drop a day or two going to look at a trailer, and then it turns out to be,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
I can't even get the trailer till like the end of next week because they're putting that new floor in it. They ordered the floor today. So it'll probably be there Monday. Then he says we need like 3 full days to put that floor in the trailer. And so that puts me to Wednesday, best case scenario. So probably Thursday or Friday. And then I got a bobtail 450 miles to get the darn thing. And then
yeah,
with South Dakota temporary plates, you're not allowed to put a load on that trailer with temporary plates on it. But everybody does. But I'm
yeah,
going to try to get my plate so when I go over there, I have a plate to put on it. But otherwise 450 miles back, and then
yep,
try to get ready to roll. But it's what you got to do right now. It's
right,
you can find junk trailers all over the place if you want a junk trailer or an older trailer. But most of the customers now, they want something a little newer, and you want to haul their stuff, you got to play by their rules.
So how does that floor work? Does that go in like panels? Do they weld that in, or how does that work?
Interesting. So it's the ribbed floor. It's not a flat floor.
Yep.
So what they do is they take a big wire wheel and put it on like a big weed whacker type handle, and they run over the whole floor, front to back, side, the whole thing, to rough it up. And then that new floor comes in panels about, I don't know, not even a foot wide, I don't think, but they're really long pieces. And they put an adhesive on there, and then they take that new floor and they smack it down with a hammer over top of the old one, and it snaps into place. And then they got to tamp it down, and then it'll stick. And then I'm not sure if they do or not, but I think they go around the edges and just tack weld here and there. But
Yeah.
supposedly that adhesive is supposed to be good forever. But the floor in it is not bad. It's just getting holes in it from where the acid was eating through it. From Hirschbach hauls a lot of meat, so they're getting a lot of acid washouts.
Right.
And there's certain years where they got bad batches of aluminum that it'll eat through the floor. But structurally,
Right.
strength wise, there's nothing wrong with the floor. But can't imagine how strong it's going to be once it gets that second layer over it. Now that second layer is only it's not even a 1/4 inch thick. So there's not a lot to it. But I imagine all said and done, it'll probably add 300 pounds, 400 pounds to the trailer. But
Okay.
my truck is so light, it doesn't matter.
Right. Gus says, I always notice that the super singles need a spacer or extended axle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of them, I don't know. Most of them have a separate type of axle that runs that. Yeah. So yeah. And they, like most people that switch from duals to super single, the people that like money, they typically use a spacer.
Oh, wait. Time out. Time out. Mark Ely is back. I just saw Mark.
Okay.
In case you didn't hear it, I apologize profusely. I am so sorry. You're one of the good guys. I drunk dialed you on the phone. I hit the button and I timed you out. That was my mistake. I am so sorry. I didn't mean anything bad by it. I didn't even know I did it until like Cash mentioned it. So I hope we're good. I hope you're not like watching for me on the side of the road or something, looking to get me.
Yep. Next time you hop out of the truck, think you're gonna run in and get you a hot dog. Ooh, you're in trouble.
Better watch out for them CFI trucks.
Because Mark's everywhere. Like he runs so many miles. Like
he ain't got time to stop and kick my ass, does he?
Let's see. Where are we at? I got jumbled up here. Okay.
About the extended axle.
Okay. Yeah. Nelson says, I caught you guys live. Yeah. Thanks for coming in. Everybody hit that like button. Got 38 in the house. Sergeant Ringo, thanks, man, from Antonio. Lone Star Transport says DIY. Got all your super chats when you were gone. Okay, yeah, he collected all my super chats. Nice.
Right.
Sergeant Ringo says Big Buff, the 12.7 Detroit is a solid engine if it's been maintained properly or has a rebuild. Yeah. Yeah, if it's in a 2008 truck, I'm assuming it's probably a glider. And then, so that probably means that truck's about 12 years old. So yeah, hopefully at some point that's been rebuilt. Hopefully not coming up on needing a second rebuild. Depends on how hard it's been ran. Gary Bates says, should I quit my job and start driving my truck? That's personal. Can't answer that one. Big Buff, it's been rebuilt. Okay, yeah. That's not a bad thing, man. Sergeant Ringo says, is there paperwork for the rebuild? Yeah, that'd be one good thing I'd want to know. Who rebuilt it, what kind of parts they put in it, that type of thing. Gary Bates says, do you know any diesel shop taking at least 4 weeks to get my truck in?
Where?
Do you know any diesel? Yeah. Give us a location. And while we got 39 in the house DIY, you got anything you want to plug? Any fuel additives or anything?
Yeah. Interesting. I got some good things coming up, but they keep getting delayed. Like I had an interview. I told you about this. An interview lined up for this Sunday. It's gonna be a good. It's gonna be a good one. People are gonna want to see this one. Okay. I'm not selling it and not promoting it. I just like the people's business. I don't make anything off it, but it's going to be about freight metrics, shipper direct freight, how to get your own, how to deal with customers. We're going to show a lot of the different things going on with freight, what they all mean. You guys are going to do a lot of explaining. It's something that I'm using to build my like customer type base, freight base, to get new freight to work with people. And it's going to be some really valuable information, especially if you're somebody with your own authority or thinking about something like that, or you want to grow. That's going to be a good one coming up. So we haven't rescheduled that quite yet. And then he's kind of turned me on to some people that he knows in the industry that do some different things with trucking. So they want to do something now. And yeah, definitely check out the Fuel Ox. I just talked to the people yesterday. We touched base. I did that live stream with the people from Fuel Ox, and then I just let it lay for a while because like wanted to get some time in there for people to get their orders, try it out, see how they like it. And I've gotten a few good emails. People like, I really like this stuff. Like my truck runs better. I notice like my regens, farther time between regens, or my truck doesn't ask me for a parked regen as much as it used to. So getting some good feedback on that. So go ahead and try that. And they were really happy with the interview we did and the results they got. So they want to extend that promo code. Like if you order from Fuel Ox, they want to make that promo code permanent. So going forward, forever, use that promo code DIY Semi, and you will always get 15% off your order. So that's a pretty sweet deal. And the anti-gel works really well too. But you'd really like that regular Fuel Ox for your emissions trucks. Helps cut down on the regens and stuff like that. So definitely check that out. And if you don't know about it, go watch that live stream, because the guy came on and he lays it out, everything about the whole product, how it works, not just trying to sell it, but he explained a lot of what it does and what things like that can do for your engine. So, and they got some new products they're just releasing now, and they're going to come back on and talk about those. And interested, I'm excited to check those out too.
Yep, I put a link in there for that live. If you guys want to click on that and throw it in your watch later.
Okay.
Definitely a good one. Ace threw a $2 super chat for the most undervalued and underwatched channel. Oh, ain't that the truth, man? Ain't that the truth? Let's see. Let me Gary Bates, let us know where you're at with that shop. That always helps. Lone Star Transport says, Cash, does the company you lease to sell used reefers, or do they just trade them in on new ones? If it's not just completely junk, they take the unit off of it and they sell the trailer, and then they rebuild the unit, put it on a new box. That's what they're into these days. But honestly, we typically get trailers that are 2 to 3 years old, and then we keep them for 5 or 6 years. And by that point, there's not a whole lot of value in them. Like you look at some of our old, like, low number trailers, and it's like you probably be better off just to send them to the junkyard, because not a lot of people's gonna spend money on them. They just have a rough life, and buying them used to begin with, they got little ticky tack things, they're really good about fixing anything I tell them about here. So, but they, to me, the box is more important than the unit. I'm not saying the unit's not important, but the box is more important, because most units will do your typical loads, your negative 10-degree loads, most units, if it's in working order, it'll blow negative 20-degree air into a box. The box is the key to me. The doors, the chute, the insulation value, that's where your money's at. So that's why they're doing what they're doing. They're taking units off of older trailers and putting them on new boxes, because, like DIY saying, you're overpaying for used boxes right now. And like, how many trailers do you think you looked at DIY, like the internet and everything, before you found one that was like even acceptable on price and quality or value, I guess?
Well, I had found a few that were acceptable on those terms, but by the time I would get there to go look at them, they were gone. Like, literally, I called on to Wednesday afternoon. I was ready to go start looking. I was going to go to Mankato, Minnesota. He had 5 Great Danes there with 7,500 X4 units on them. Thursday morning, I called to get the stock numbers. I was going to head over there. He's like, yeah, I sold them yesterday after I talked to you over the phone on sight unseen. I'm like, he says, I got 20 turn-ins coming in from rail next week. Don't even have them yet. I already sold them. People wrote me a check for them before the end of the year because they wanted to get them on their 2020 taxes. I'm like, come on,
man.
That's risky business, buying a trailer like that sight unseen, because there's something wrong with it. The dealer ain't going to fix it. They sell them as is. They don't even sweep them out. They're full of freaking pieces of pallet and everything, It's kind of ridiculous. But, I mean, on the internet, probably looked at better than 50. How many met the qualifications, I don't know. But I looked at everything locally in the state of Wisconsin that I could come across. And some dealers I called, they're just like, we got nothing. We got nothing newer than like a 2011, other than brand new.
Right.
They had brand new, but that's not in my wheelhouse. Not at all.
Right. Big Buff says about the 2008 with the 12.7. Says no, but he doesn't have papers for rebuild, but the mechanic gave him the number, going to call and talk to the mechanic. Okay. At the very least, have a third party check it out. Yeah. You always want to check out do your due diligence when you're buying a truck, Don't Don Schlanger in the house. What's up, Don? Says, good evening. What's good tonight? Not much. Talking about trucking goals, a little bit of equipment talk, all things trucking, all things trucking. Rodney Crouch says, I'm not deleting anything. I'm just getting terrible fuel mileage. Cash knows my story. Yeah, that, I don't know, man. Pittsburgh Power can probably do a lot of diagnosing on that and probably get you, could be like a charge air cooler,
What's the
something like
truck?
that,
What's the truck? Do you remember what the truck and year and all that stuff is? Did we lose you, Cash?
I think I lost you for a second.
Oh yeah, you froze up there for a second. I said, what's the truck? What's the year and all that? Do you recall?
I'm not exactly sure on the year, but he's got a new Western Star, and just fuel mileage is not what you would expect it to be, but those Western Stars aren't as aerodynamic as like the Freightliners, so you're gonna lose a little bit on that, but
it's like a new Western Star, like that brand new style one with the DD15.
Yeah, I'm not sure the year. I think he might be like a 15 or a 16 on the year.
I don't know what the deal is, but I hear of a lot of people having a lot of problems with the new Western Stars. And I don't understand why, because basically it's a glorified Freightliner. They're using the same parts, the DD15, same transmissions, same rear axles. I'm assuming the wiring harnesses are probably, close to the same. But I've been hearing a lot of people having problems with them, and I don't really understand what's going on. I wonder if it's a workmanship thing out of the plants they're coming out of.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some YouTubers with them, and not having the greatest of luck.
Yeah.
Ace says, what kind of Wi-Fi do you use in your truck, Cash? I use my phone. I just use my phone. Sergeant Ringo says, I think PDI has a great reputation, too. Yeah, performance diesel, what is it? Something like that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lone Star says diesel force, clean tune, overhead, new crankshaft, damper balancer, oil pan gasket, rear main seal, just a few repairs, and rest is preventative maintenance. Okay. Well, what a name there. G-Full says, what is the best way to find a used glider? Go to the truckpaper.com and go to Class 8 sleeper conventional trucks, and down at the bottom where it says search terms, type in glider, and that'll bring up all the gliders in the country for you that are on truck paper.
Yeah, and if you can find one made by just about anybody except Fitzgerald, in my opinion. Harrison, if it was made by Harrison Truck Center, that's be a big positive in my book.
Okay.
Or Clark Power Systems.
Ozzy says, so it's better to get a new reefer trailer versus a pre-owned reefer trailer. I mean, it just depends on the year, I guess, and the hours of the unit. What are your thoughts? Yeah, I mean, if you can take that depreciation hit and you got that money, yes. I love new equipment. But to be realistic, for small fleets and owner operators, it is rough to buy new equipment. I mean, that is a depreciation hit like you would not believe. If you've got $50,000 to $60,000 cash to put on a trailer, and things aren't as tight as they are now, you can get a 1 or 2 year old trailer with low hours. But the problem is the market we're in right now. It's like
it's going to be sticker shock. You go look at a brand new reefer trailer. I mean, it's going to be sticker shock. It's going to be probably the cheapest one you'll probably find is probably $60,000, and I've seen them all the way up to $80,000. Like a spread axle stainless, you're looking at like $80,000, $75,000. That's no, not this guy. No way.
Yeah, the market we're in right now, a new utility, a new Wabash is 80,000. You want a Great Dane stainless with the big carrier unit and the spread axles, all the chicken lights you could imagine. Yeah, prepare for about a $90,000 trailer these days.
Yeah.
They are not playing. They are
No,
not playing.
no, they're not.
Um, Ozzy says, as far as price, yeah. Mark says cheap aluminum from China. Yeah. Um, probably. Uh, recycled lawn furnitures and whatnot. Um,
Vinyl siding, recycled vinyl siding,
yeah, there you
or
go. There you go.
aluminum siding.
Uh-huh. It was once a cheap chair that folded up when I sat in it, and now it's a floor and a reefer trailer. Yeah. Mark has all but forgiven you, DIY. He says no
Appreciate that.
worries.
I appreciate the understanding.
Yeah. And again, there is DIY Fuel Locks Live. If you want to use a good fuel additive, I like Fuel Locks. Get you some Fuel Locks. I'm running Motor Coat, these anti-gel right now, only because I got it at such a stupid price. But I'm gonna tell you, it's got my whole side box full back there.
I
Like,
hope one don't break
it
open
takes
or
up.
it is gonna stink.
Yeah, they're in a container, so I'm not as it's not gonna be all over everything. I'll just dump the whole thing out. And, I'll pour $50 anti-gel in the tank at one time, and then throw the rest of it in the trash. Um, but yeah, I like those container sizes, and yeah, check out that live feed if you want to know more about it. There is a lot of information in that live feed of how it works, what it's made of, what to look for. I was going to buy some fuel power the other day, the little bottle, and I got to looking at the back, and I just watched that live feed, and it said, contains, ethanol.
Glycol ether.
Yeah,
See,
that's what it
that's the
was.
thing. Even if you're not looking at Fuel Locks or whoever you're looking at, if somebody is going to take the time to educate you, like about
Yep.
their product or about anything, that means they care about their customers. And I learned some stuff in there. I didn't know about glycol ether. It's a drying agent. So you're putting this into your fuel tanks. We already know that, ULSD, ultra low sulfur diesel, is a poor lubricant compared to the older diesel with sulfur in it. So then you're taking a drying agent on top of it and putting it in there. And glycol ether is what they use in these products, like your House or cetane boost products, these things that claim to boost your cetane by 3 to 5 points, whatever. It's a drying agent. So you're taking away lubricity out of the fuel. Yes, they are adding you lubricity agents to the fuel, but you're counteracting. And it doesn't need to be in there as a fuel additive. It's a cheap way to boost cetane, but it's not great for your engine, and you're robbing yourself of lubricity. They put it in there as a filler to make the bottle look bigger. It's a perceived value thing that I'm getting more for my money because this is a bigger bottle. In addition to, labeling, everything else. Mark, I see a comment from Mark M. He would be a good case study for this because we've had some conversations about his truck and he's having a hard time, some problems with it. So I'm interested to see how Mark M does with it over the course of time. And hopefully he'll keep reporting on that. And then you don't have to listen to me. You don't have to listen to live stream or cash. You can see other people's results. And that's a great thing about doing things like this in this community.
And note to self, I'm going to make a bedroom oil called lubricity. I love that term, lubricity. Big
really
Buff says, exactly. It's going to be two fingers rubbing together like this, lubricity. Yeah, Big Buff says, give them the like. Yeah, hit the like button, guys, if you could. We've got 34 in the house. Let's run those likes up for the heck of it. Gary Bates is in Indiana. Okay. I don't know any shops in Indiana right offhand. If anybody knows any good shops in Indiana, drop it in the chat there. Mark M says, hey, I made it. What's up, Mark M? Mark M says, I got fuel ox and it officially in the tanks. I'm noticing a lot smoother engine idle, even with the biofuel. When we will see what happens when I get more going through the system. Yeah, I can't wait to get home. I got a package in the mail that I'm slowly moving toward the truck. I got it from the house to the car, so can't wait to get it in the truck, in the tank.
Yeah, Mark M just stopped in here. Mark too. I talked to those people yesterday, and they're happy with the results they've gotten from that. So they want to extend that promo code indefinitely. So when you reorder, keep using that promo code, and they'll keep giving you 15% off. You might have missed that before, but yeah, Cash. They say that if you don't have it in your truck, the next best thing to do is get it close to your truck, so it's from the house to the car. So it's going to work a little better the closer you get it to your fuel tanks.
Yeah. The trunk of my Toyota right now, kind of where we're at. So we're getting close.
Yeah.
I'll be back in Minnesota in a day or two, so we'll get it figured out. Mark says, what's wrong with a glider from Fitzgerald? And are they out of Indy? No, they're out of Crossville, Tennessee. And they use, I've been told, I don't have any firsthand experience on this, but I've heard stories that they are using Chinese parts on those rebuilds. They're not using official, parts, Freightliner parts. They're getting cheap parts from China and not even the right spec on some of those parts, I've heard.
They've been not matching your serial number to the components that they're using. And I've heard from two particular Detroit diesel shops, Liberal, Kansas, and Milwaukee, Wisconsin, like Detroit diesel, not like Detroit authorized, but Detroit shops, that is the case. And when one comes in for work, it's an automatic overhaul. They won't even replace one cylinder. They won't do head work. It's automatic overhaul or go somewhere else, because every single time, without exception, they said, this is what they said, this is not my words, that they come in with incorrect parts in them, and they're just about 300,000 miles is where you start having real problems. This is what I'm told from them.
That's expensive.
Yeah.
That gets expensive. Gus says, I heard they trashed the brand new trailers right off the bat anyway because people load them and don't care. Yeah, sometimes, you get trailers where people are a little rough on them. Don't be afraid to go inside and say, hey guys, that's my money. You're running that forklift into it wide open speed. So,
tell them that, messing with my trailers like messing with my emotions. They'll get it.
Yeah. Jay says, here's an idea. How about a nonprofit brokerage run for, by, and to benefit owner operators?
I like profit.
Yeah, I'm a profit guy. Profit runs the world.
I like me a profit.
Profit runs the world.
Yeah.
But I'll run that for you. But I need about a salary of about $250 a year. You give me about $250,000 a year, and the brokerage won't make a profit, but I will.
You're gonna run it like the Red Cross?
Yeah, exactly. Like most of these major charities out here.
Right.
Let's see. Mark says, can you still put a gallon of gas in a reefer tank?
I wouldn't do that.
I would not recommend that. That is going to kill some injectors.
Yeah.
Gas is a very dry, gas isn't lubricated like diesel.
It's got a different combustion point too. So.
Right. Josh Crouch, Jackson Street in Gary, Indiana. Okay. There's a shop. Okay, I think Josh is talking about Jackson Street in Gary, Indiana. That's either a location of a good shop, or that is where you buy guns with the serial numbers filed off, and other illicit things that I shall not talk about here. But yeah, maybe that's where a good shop is. We'll look into that. Sergeant Ringo says, do either of you have experience with fast fuel systems? And if so, is it worth installing on a truck? I've done a lot of research on those. I've heard Kevin Rutherford say it's a good thing. I have not.
I,
I don't.
I,
I
I
don't
have
know with
some
high
experience with
pressure
them.
fuel systems.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
What's that?
I have some experience with them, but
No,
go ahead.
I was done.
Oh, okay.
No,
Um,
I was done.
I know two people that have had them, and I always thought about putting one on my truck. They do work. I will say that the result that they produce is will save you money, will get you better fuel mileage. Um, Problem though, if you're in cold weather, like we both live in the north, every time you go home, you're going to be changing them fuel filters because they are a fine micron and they gel and plug very easily in the wintertime. Like the one guy I know, he went through filters that going out of style every time you go home and leave the truck off for a certain number of days. And the other guy I know was he burnt up two of the pumps on it. Just going down the road, pumps would burn up. So, I mean, it's another maintenance item. The filters will get expensive if you're changing them pretty regular, but they do work. Somebody told me that the Air Dog is a better solution. It's their similar product, but the Air Dog has a better pump. So, I don't know. It's they do work. I will say that, but you got to measure out if the maintenance is worth it to you or not. And it's to me, it's not completely, especially the cold weather thing. They do make a heated unit for that, but what good does that do you when the truck is off for 3 days because you're home?
Right.
It's merely my opinion.
Let's see. Okay. Josh says, "Oh wait, you meant a repair shop, not a chop shop." Yeah. If it's in Gary, you gotta wonder. Sergeant Ringo says that's ridiculous when a glider is already more expensive than a new emission truck. Bad business. Yeah, some of those gliders are stupid expensive. It just depends on what you want out of it. I don't know. For me, a glider kit is a if you're a guy that knows how to work on some stuff and you've been in trucking a while and you grew up around those type of engines and trucks, I think they're a great value. I mean, I do. But at the same time, if you're not good at working on stuff and you're not going to tinker on it and you're not going to, I don't see it being that great of a value. I mean, it just depends, I guess. I mean, that's kind of what I think of with a glider truck. It's for a guy that wants to work on his own stuff more. Um, just kind of how I always thought about it. I know I was searching for glider kits just to look through the market one day. It's been about a month or two, maybe 3 months ago, but there was a dealership in Chicago that had about 10 of them. Some day cabs, some sleepers, Columbias, 12.7s. They were yellow, like a bright yellow, like a highlighter yellow color. But they had about 10 of them in stock, and they were all like, they came out of one fleet. They were all like mileage matching, and so if you was going to start you a fleet, maybe that'd be a good way to do it. Like if you're going to buy 2 or 3 trucks, maybe that would be a way to not get in too much trouble with emissions and things like that. Night Ranger says, what type of materials of insulation do they use in the walls of reefers? That is like a
Like that.
poly foam.
Like I don't know, it's polystyrene or something. It's like a foamy type stuff. It's not like insulation board. It's not like fiberglass batting. It's similar to that stuff in the can when you spray that out and it expands and fills the gaps and turns into like a styrofoam. It's similar to that. I don't know exactly what it's called, but that's the best way I would describe it. I don't know what it's called.
Mark M. Oh, Sergeant Ringo, gotcha. Appreciate the insight. Yeah, no problem. Mark M. says the problem is when something breaks, you're absolutely hosed. Even if you're towed to a dealer and they they have stock parts available. Performance mods on commercial equipment is dumb. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of adding things to a truck as far as like boosting horsepower and things like that, you know. Just never been my thing, you know. I mean,
it's like
kind of where I'm at.
it's even like with aero, like people putting bug shields on their truck, and then different add-ons to the outside of the truck. A Freightliner engineer said one time, he's like, we spend like $20 million on R&D for these trucks, give them the most aerodynamic as possible, and you guys come along and just screw it up. He's like, these bug shields you put on, these big old visors. He says, we worked for years on this stuff, and you guys just F it up like with one thing. Like our $20 million is out the window with your $300 bug shield. I'm like, I never really thought of it that way, but you're absolutely right.
Yeah, I could see it that way. And sometimes I know better than them and their $20 million. And
yeah, but you would think for $20 million they could design a windshield for a Freightliner that doesn't build ice, right? Oh, I hate that. It's
yeah, they could put marker lights up top that don't leak water, like just saying. Trucking on 95 says just checking in to say what's up. Usually listen to the streams on the replay, rarely here live. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for letting us know you're here. Everybody could hit that thumbs up. Sergeant Ringo says I'll catch you on the flip side. Great content, guys. Appreciate the knowledge. Yeah, no problem. No problem. That's what we're here for. But I think I'm about to wrap it up, DIY. You got anything else you want to throw in? Or?
Nah, you should plug your MUDFLAP, though.
Oh, yeah. Everybody.
Some decent discounts here lately. Fuel's going up.
Yeah, actually, I'll plug that. I got a video coming out in the morning about the fuel prices going up. Everybody's talking about high rates. I'm talking about high fuel prices. Let's get prepared for it. It's coming.
Yeah.
It is. There's the promo code for MUDFLAP. Everybody check it out. Give it a try. There's a link in the description as well. If you just hit that link, it'll take you to the promised land. DIY, he's definitely it's past his bedtime. We can tell.
Yeah.
I gotta be up early and moving in the morning. But yeah, check out everybody. Everybody click on that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Got a video I got to edit here in a minute. Think I might run in and get me an Arby's sandwich for a nightcap and edit this video. But yeah, talking about fuel, some strategies for fueling, things like that. Because according to the data I was looking up today, fuel prices are up like ballpark about 5% a month for the last 2 months. So it's getting real out here. It's getting real.
Yep.
But yeah. All right, guys. We appreciate everybody coming in and watching. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for coming in, DIY. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Take care of each other.